In a recent survey of teachers, it was found that the number one frustration that most teachers have is working with other teachers and school politics. In this episode of Educate to Elevate, I'm going to take you inside of a very special event that we had for teachers and educators called the Teacher Refresh, where we talk about how to work with other people based on your personality. Let's elevate. Hey, what's up? I'm Kantis Simmons, the academic guru and leading authority on school improvement, and welcome to another episode of Educate to Elevate. Now, this podcast is designed to inject fuels of inspiration and fuels of encouragement into the lives of teachers, principals, counselors, staff, professors, school staff, administrators, coaches, parents, and anyone that's in the business and service of serving students. You know, a few months back, I had a very special event with some teachers, and it was called the Teacher Refresh. And the whole goal of the Teacher Refresh was to make sure that when teachers entered the new school year, that they would be refreshed, rejuvenated, and revitalized to do what they're called to do. You see, I find that there are two types of teachers. There are some teachers that are empty, and there are some teachers that are full. We have the empty glass and the full glass. And based on statistics right now, we know that there's a huge turnover rate. There's a huge number of teachers quitting or teachers dealing with burnout. So with the Teacher Refresh, it was designed to make sure we built up and focused on teachers and to make sure that they were full. You see, inspiration and motivation is like a shower. Everyone needs one every day. At the Teacher Refresh, I brought in a very special guest, a good friend of mine by the name of Beane, and we did a session together that was all about identifying your personality traits, understanding what season you are, and how you relate with other people, their personalities, and their season. I want to show you parts of that session. So let's go right now to the Teacher Refresh.
To me, a summer personality makes people want to learn if they can teach in a manner in which can be appreciated through edutainment.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
Y'all know this. Studies have shown a lot of times all kids don't learn the same. Mm-hmm. So your whiteboard and chalkboard and all that, sometimes kids need some music and they'll get the exact same thing. Does that make sense?
I think a lot of times those summer teachers are the ones that are very aggressive in those after school programs. They are the advisors over the other student activities. Mm-hmm. Senior advisors, maybe over the cheerleaders, maybe over the glee club. It's like, hey, they may be a part of 3 or 4 different organizations.
That's right. That's often the spring summer combination.
Mm-hmm.
That's that person right there. After school program and all that. Now the falls, love them to death, but falls, just my personality, falls drive me crazy. Falls I'm not a very detail-oriented person. I am in some regards, but when I'm really I kind of fly by the seat of my pants. I do a lot up here. So a fall personality, though, they need to see the agenda. They need to see the itinerary. They need to understand what the plan is for today, for the week, and for the month, and possibly next year. Too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How does all this come together? They got the pens right here. If you need an extra pen, they got an extra pen. They come in with the billfold. They're like CPAs and hold you accountable for everything you do and say. That's a fall personality, a stickler for detail. So a lot of times, if you're a summer and you dealing with a fall, you're going to pull your hair out. The fall is like, look, what's wrong with you? Why don't you take this stuff more serious? The summer's like, why don't you calm down and relax? It ain't that serious.
Right.
So you stressing out and see what I've just learned to do is just adapt to all 4 personalities. It's not her fault. She's a fall, man. You can't change that. But what you got to do is understand her perspective.
Right.
And he has to understand your perspective and vice versa. So there's, we ain't got all day, but there's I took this seminar for like 3 days where you reach into a bowl and we just switch all day for 3 days. And by the time you leave, you know exactly. You sit around, you a summer, you sit with a whole table full of springs for 2 hours. You like, man, my God. And you a fall and you got to sit over here with all the summers for 2 hours and y'all got it. And by the time you leave, you got multiple personality disorder. But at least you understand how to make the work environment better.
How many people in the room are winters? It's like, I know I'm a winter.
I know I'm a winter.
Okay. Summers.
Yeah. Summer, recessive maybe.
Spring.
Dominant. You got to dominate and recessive. Spring.
I'm an undercover fall. I'm playing a backup plan, a 5-year plan, a 2-year plan.
That's you.
Yeah. But I lead with heart. So my main thing is I care about my people and I know they are my best asset.
Right.
And I human capital, so I feed everything I can into my students and my teachers. But I am an undercover fall. I have to know what's going on. I have a plan, a backup plan, all that.
Okay, so let's talk about real quick how you can practically use this, knowing what you know now about yourself. Maybe there's a person in your school. Let's go to Tar, all right, you're a winter. As Brian was talking, can you think about some people that you work with? Are they here? They're not here? Okay, so don't give their name because we're recording, okay? All right, so you're a winter. This person that you were thinking about, what are they? They're summer. Fine. Is this a colleague? Is this an administrator? It's a colleague. So what ticks you off about this person right now?
They are never on time to anything. And we wind up having to cover for them every single time.
So because you now you know that they're summer, what can you do differently so that you won't be pissed off or stressed out or burnt out because of this person?
Wrong time to come.
Carve it in.
No, that won't work. That won't happen.
Really, I don't know what to do because it's a situation that the school hours are what they are. Our schedule is what it is. We need you in a class first period, but you continually walk in 10, 15 minutes late and leave children uncovered.
A summer has to respond to disciplinary action, unfortunately.
Well, unfortunately, this person has been put on PDPs. They've been made to have to sign in the front office. They're the only person that has to do this.
Hold on, back up. PDPs. What's a PDP? Yeah, speak. Oh, okay. I'm thinking like, that's a drug? PDP? Right.
Professional development.
Okay.
The administration is aware that it's a problem. This is somebody that's not new. They've been there longer than me. They've been there for over 20 years. It gets continually.
I was about to say, yeah, it's gotten they used to it now, yeah. And
so the behavior never changes. She's aware of it. She knows. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, but nothing changes.
Right. Okay, question. We have any springs in the room? Okay, so practically, since you know you're spring, let's say you're dealing with an administrator who's a fall. What do you feel like you can do differently?
So that means I may have to work a little later to be a little more detail oriented, to have a plan together.
If there's a conflict there.
Right.
Now, if everything's been smooth sailing, cool. But if there's a conflict there, you're like, okay, I see why she thinks that way, he thinks that way. It's just designed for you to put on a different lens and say, okay, because we can't change who we are.
Right.
What we can do is try to become better and more understanding about what you are. And then hopefully that'll start to reciprocate and do the same thing.
See, I like this because one thing you realize about this session is that we can't change anybody else. We can't change them. And sometimes we want to try to change a person and you realize you just can't do it. So what you do now, because of this knowledge, okay, I know how this person's going to operate, so let me It's wintertime, so let me put my sweater on. Let me put my sweater on, right? So that I can understand how he's coming. Was this helpful?
Yeah.
Very helpful?
Play around with that. It's very good stuff. It'll get you a long way in business. All right.
One more time, show some love for my friend Brian Beane. IamBrianBeane.com. Did you enjoy that? So let me ask you a question. What season are you? Fall, spring, summer, or winter? And because you know what season you are, how do you relate with other people? Now, you may still have some questions about what season you are, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to KantisSimmons.com/seasons. And I have a simple assessment there to help you identify what personality or what season your personality best fits with. And because you know that, I want you to take this information and start examining those that you work with, but not to change them, but to change yourself on how you relate with those seasons. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode of Educate to Elevate. Be so kind to pass this episode on to other teachers, educators, school staff that you know would enjoy this podcast. We're here every Wednesday making sure that you are empowered to do what you do. And remember this, there's only one game in life that counts, and that's your A game. I'll see you soon.